Chapter 16 is entitled The Divine and Demoniac Natures, and in it Krishna describes the mentality of a person who's moving towards him, or someone with a divine mentality, and someone who's moving away from him, somebody with a demoniac mentality. And he also says to Arjuna, because you have divine mentality, I'm not going to spend so much time characterizing that. I'm mostly going to focus on what it's like for somebody who has a demoniac mentality. And the way Krishna characterizes this demoniac mentality is not that they have horns coming out of their head or that they carry pitchforks or breathe fire necessarily, but somebody with a demoniac mentality is somebody who sees themselves and others as separate from Krishna. It's somebody who doesn't recognize their divine origin and source, and instead tries to establish themselves as the source of power, as the source of influence, as the source of all their own happiness. And so Krishna, in a very funny way, he says, I am perfect, powerful, and happy, all on my own. This is the attitude of a demoniac person. They think that by their own effort, they're going to be able to achieve what they need in life to be successful, to be fulfilled, and to be happy. And this is the exact opposite of somebody with a spiritual consciousness. Somebody with a spiritual consciousness is characterized by a mood of gratitude and a mood of humility, seeing that they are not the all in all. It's not from them that come all success, power, and happiness, but in fact we're dependent on the well wishes of others and ultimately on the mercy of Krishna to be able to have a successful and fulfilling experience of life. Whereas again, the demoniac person is thinking, I don't need anybody but myself, and by the strength of my own intelligence, because I went to this big university and I have that big degree and now I work at this big company and I drive that fast car and my spouse is so beautiful and my children are so smart and we live in this big house, and so we're perfect, powerful, and happy, all on our own. This is the kind of mentality that Krishna characterizes as demoniac. And naturally, all of us, until we have a pure relationship with Krishna, have some confusion in this demoniac way. We have some idea that I only need myself. I only need to strengthen my own abilities, and those will get me through the obstacles of life. And I don't need to depend on others. I don't need the help of anyone, even Krishna, to be able to be successful. And so by hearing these kinds of mentalities spelled out in a really clear way by Krishna, it's helpful for our own purposes to analyze, where am I at on this spectrum of divine and demoniac? How often do I let that mentality of pride and arrogance creep in and influence my dealings not only with Krishna, but with others? And of course, once we recognize those influences, we want to minimize them and try to connect again to that divine nature, which allows us to feel a mood of gratitude and humility in front of all creation, and try to extend ourselves as servants of everyone, seeing them as part and parcel, fellow children, brothers and sisters in the family of Krishna.